6 months ago, my doctor looked at my liver results from the lab work I had done and was shocked. She asked me how much I drink. I've never had a drink of alcohol in my life, and she didn't know what to say because my liver looked that bad. I was exhausted every single day. I could not even pick my kids up from school without falling asleep in the car. Even though I was getting 8 hours of sleep every single night, my energy was in the dumps. I was so fatigued, so tired, gaining weight. I suddenly got this little bulge in my lower belly that just came out of nowhere. And all of this happened even though I was still exercising the same. I was lifting weights, I had dropped my cardio, and I was eating mostly whole foods, prioritizing protein, prioritizing fiber, doing all of the things. And yet I felt like my body was out of control and I didn't know what to do to stop it. And what I've discovered over the last 6 months has completely changed the way I view fat loss and hormones. And I know it's something that so many women getting into their 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond are struggling with. We feel stuck despite doing everything right. Your liver is the missing piece that nobody is talking about, especially when it relates to hormones and fat loss. By the end of this video, you're going to understand why. I'm Coach Jo, and I am a hormone-based fat loss coach, and I'm sharing what I went through because I know it's the same thing that so many women are struggling with right now. And nobody is connecting the dots between liver, hormone, and why the weight won't budge. I'm going to walk you through exactly what the liver does, what tanks liver function, and the specific things that I did to get my liver numbers back where they should be, which then also helped improve my energy, improve my sleep, and just helped me feel 100 times better. And I finally started to lose some of that stubborn belly fat. Stay with me because I'm going to show you the connection that finally made me understand what the struggle was I was going through and exactly how to fix it. Your liver has over 500 functions in your body. Most of us think just detox, especially with alcohol, but that's not the only thing that it does. Your liver is crucial in processing hormones in your body. Every hormone that your body produces, estrogen, cortisol, thyroid hormone, insulin, all of that is processed through the liver. And if the liver gets sluggish, stops working, then those hormones aren't getting flushed and processed out of your body properly, which means they get stuck and they just keep circulating and getting reabsorbed. And this causes hecka problems. A sluggish liver doesn't just make you tired, it makes your hormones toxic. And no amount of diet or exercise can make you lose the fat if your liver and hormones are the issue. Here's a chain reaction that I personally experienced, and I see this in so many of the women that I work with. After 35, your estrogen levels start to fluctuate. Your liver's job is to flush out excess estrogen. If your liver is struggling, that extra estrogen is not getting flushed out. It's not getting processed properly, and it starts to recirculate into the body because it's not clearing. This is called estrogen dominance, and this can happen even if your estrogen is starting to decline because all of the estrogen just continues to build up. Estrogen dominance suppresses progesterone. This means you start to sleep worse. Your anxiety levels might go up. You have weird mood changes. Maybe you start to get night sweats. Estrogen dominance also affects your insulin and your thyroid hormone. And all of that signals your body to store more fat because your metabolism is tanking, your insulin is out of control, and you just get into this awful downward spiral. And the great thing, ladies, is that fat usually goes into your lower belly, your hips, and your thighs. You know, all of our favorite places. It's this crazy chain reaction, and your liver is at the center of it all. Think of your liver like the drain in your kitchen sink. When it's clear, The water gets washed down, the food gets washed out, your dishes get clean, everything is running smoothly. But as soon as it gets clogged and it starts to back up, you get all that nasty food and this gross water, and it just sits there and it just festers and gets all disgusting. That's exactly what's happening with your liver and your hormones. When the drain is clogged, nothing gets cleared properly and starts to cause all sorts of problems. So, what tanked my liver if I've never consumed alcohol in my entire life? This shocked me because it wasn't just one main thing. It was actually a lot of small lifestyle habits that I had accumulated starting when I was younger. Hello, women. We have all been brainwashed with chronic diet culture, and this finally caught up to me in my late 30s. I'm talking about the overexercising, undereating, yo-yo dieting, chronic stress on your body that you've added by overexercising, undereating, and not dealing with all of the stress in your life. That 100% affects your liver production. Other things like environmental toxins, things from your lotions, fragrances, plastics, all of these environmental things, your use of over-the-counter medicines, this all can compound and affect your liver production. And if you think about it, this has been going on for years and years and years. Of course, your liver is starting to struggle, and you can see the symptoms of it crying out for help because it can't handle everything anymore. I didn't damage my liver with alcohol. I damaged it with years of chronic stress, processed food, and a body that never got the chance to recover. Any of this sound familiar? Once I understood my liver, I started to see how everything was connected. Chronic stress elevates cortisol. Elevated cortisol burdens the liver. A burdened liver can't clear cortisol effectively. So your cortisol levels just stay elevated for longer. Elevated cortisol affects your thyroid function. Guess what? I also had low thyroid function. Your thyroid slows your metabolism. Meanwhile, your liver also isn't clearing out estrogen all the way. Estrogen dominance starts to build. Estrogen suppresses progesterone. Guess who also had low progesterone? Low progesterone worsens sleep, worsens anxiety, gives you night sweats. What does poor sleep do? Oh, it elevates your cortisol. And this whole cycle just continues to repeat, and you're caught in this terrible downward spiral where nothing is working and you feel like everything is out of control. This is why so many women, once they get into their late 30s, feel like they are fighting this constant battle against their body that they just can't win. And if you're only looking at it from the limited view of calories in, calories out, and trying to eat less and exercise more, you're just making it worse and you are fighting a losing battle. These are not separate problems though. This is all just a chain reaction of all the systems affecting each other, and your liver is at the center of it. And that is a fantastic place to start if you're experiencing a lot of these symptoms. You don't have a cortisol problem and a thyroid problem and a hormone problem. You have a system that's overburdened, and that's been overburdened for too long. And your liver is a place to start fixing it all. I want to tell you about one of my clients that I worked with. She was in her mid-30s, super frustrated because she had been coming in and exercising. I work at Orange Theory. She'd been coming into Orange Theory consistently 3 to 4 times a week, doing great with her workouts. She was eating fairly healthy, the occasional treat, but overall eating whole foods, prioritizing protein, and yet she just could not get her weight to budge. So we sat down and we looked at some of her lifestyle habits. And one of the things we noticed was that every single night she was having a couple glasses of wine. And she decided to give up her nightly wine and save alcohol for only special occasions, which ends up being about once or twice a month. That was the only change we made. She lost 30 pounds. She immediately started sleeping better. She immediately had more energy. And honestly, she didn't feel like she was missing out that much on the alcohol. This one small tweak gave her liver a break. It allowed her liver to stop focusing on constantly detoxing and cleaning out alcohol and to actually focus on doing its job, and her body responded. It was amazing to watch. What are some other things you can do to help support your liver function, help it do its job? 1, eat more cruciferous vegetables. What are cruciferous vegetables? Cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, kale. All of these vegetables include compounds that help your body flush out extra hormones. Aim for at least 1 serving of these vegetables a day. You guys, I literally eat cauliflower, broccoli, and cabbage every single day. I eat rice cauliflower with my breakfast. I scramble it with my eggs. It's like the texture of hash browns. It adds bulk to your scrambled eggs without adding any real extra calories. Delicious. Cabbage, I eat every day. I literally have like 4 bags of cabbage in my fridge right now because I fill my bowl up with cabbage and then I add in chicken and sweet potatoes and I build this delicious bowl with some avocado, some salsa. It's so good. I change up the sauces, but that's pretty much what I eat for lunch every single day. And then my kids, they just love broccoli. So that's like the vegetable we have for dinner almost every single night. You don't have to overcomplicate it. Just find a way that you enjoy eating these vegetables and do it every day. Number 2, hydration. I know. We talk about this so much, but your body needs water so it can do its job and flush out those extra hormones. So please make sure you're drinking your water. Make it a focus. Half your body weight in ounces every single day. Non-negotiable. Number 3, we already talked about this. Reduce or eliminate alcohol. Just try it. You'll be surprised you may not miss it. And it can be the single thing that really changes the game for you and helps you accelerate results. I can't even tell you how many women, that's the one thing we've done, just cut back their alcohol and the scale starts to move almost immediately. It's pretty amazing. Number 4, just check on where you're at with over-the-counter medicines. Are you always reaching for ibuprofen or Tylenol? That can add a load onto your liver if it's constantly processing some of these medications. Doesn't mean you can't ever take them. I'm just asking you, just do a check. Is there an excess? Address chronic stress. Do something every single day to help lower your stress levels. I know there's so much stress in our lives and there's things we can't control. So focus on the things you can control. Do some breathing exercises every single day, something to stimulate your vagus nerve. Get out of fight or flight. Do something that you enjoy. Read, take a hot bath, get a massage, just something to show yourself self-love. This will be massive, not just for your liver, but for your mental health, and it will help with your sleep and so many other things. So don't neglect this. Take care of yourself. Manage your stress levels. Number 6, consider taking some supplements to help support your liver. I worked with my doctor who recommended I take an NAC, a NAC supplement every single day. And then I also have another one that helps support liver detox. It's got like milk thistle and some other things in it. Also talked about taking DIM, D-I-M, to help process extra estrogen. My doctor recommended that I take it only during the luteal phase. So I basically go 2 weeks on the DIM, 2 weeks off. If you're somebody who has hormonal acne, that is a clear sign that you are not clearing out the estrogen from your body and your liver needs some help. DIM helps with that. Always talk to your doctor and come up with your own supplement plan so that you know you're taking what your body actually needs. I spent years thinking I was the problem, that I didn't have enough willpower, that I wasn't strong enough, that I wasn't working hard enough, that I wasn't dieting enough. And honestly, that was not the problem. It was always my liver quietly working in the background, trying to do its job, but the lifestyle I had created for myself was suffocating my liver, hindering it, not allowing it to flourish and do what it was designed to do. My liver was just quietly overburdened, unable to clear hormones, and all of that was just running my body into the ground. If anything I shared today sounds familiar or really resonates with you, please grab my free guide, Fat Loss After 35. It's a very structured approach. Everything in there is designed to help support your liver and help you actually get results once we start to go through all these crazy hormonal changes. Also, I have a 6-week hormone-based fat loss program that has a whole section specifically about the liver and how important it is. So if you found this really interesting and you're like, oh my gosh, that is the missing piece, check that out. That might be the program that you need. The program walks you through every single week on step by step what your body needs to help you finally start to lose that stubborn belly fat and to work with your hormones, work with your biology instead of constantly fighting against it. And if you thought this video was helpful learning all about the liver, make sure you watch this video next, because when you combined what you watched with this video, that's when the magic really happens.